Welcome to math. Let's warm up our brain with some number models. So if you could take out your whiteboard and your expo marker, divide your board in half. I'm going to give you 4 number models. You're not going to write the number model, you're just going to write the answer. So we'll put the first answer here, second answer, third answer, fourth answer. Okay, perfect. Let's start with an easy one. 4 plus 1. What is 4 plus 1 more? Go ahead and put your answer right here. Hope you're putting a 5. Beautiful. Nice work. All right, let's step it up a little bit. Let's do a double. What is 7 plus 7? 7 plus 7 more. I hope that you're saying 14. Good job. How about 3 plus 5? 3 plus 5. Hope you're saying 8. Great. Let's do 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7. Are you thinking 15? Nice work. Awesome. Some of those are pretty tricky. All right, now let's talk about our math message. So math message, again, will be an activity in Seesaw under this lesson. John owns 10 puppies. 6 puppies are inside. The other puppies are outside. How many puppies are outside? So we have to figure out how many puppies are outside. Record a fact as a number model for this number story and explain your thinking. So you're going to give me a number model, which is also called a number sentence or an equation, using these numbers. So remember when I've told you before, when you use a number story, you can pretty much start writing your numbers that it tells you from left to right, right? And if it says some or other, you know that that's most likely going to be your unknown. So we circle the unknown so we know which the answer is that they were asking for. So John owns 10 puppies. What's your first number? 6 puppies are inside. What's your second number? The other puppies are outside. Your third number would be your unknown. Now you have to figure out if you're adding or subtracting, because they want you to figure out how many puppies are outside. So would you be going 10 plus 6 or would you be going 10 minus 6? What are you going to do? So you're going to write your number model, and then you're going to tell me how you know or how you were able to solve that problem. Okay? All right, perfect. This, again, Seesaw activity. So just make sure you submit the activity, and then I will see your work on Seesaw. I'd also like to introduce Fishing for 10. So there is a math game that you have that I'd like you to play on Wednesday. It's called Fishing for 10. And it will help you with your combinations of 10. So today's lesson is reviewing combinations of 10. So last lesson we talked about combinations of 10. We looked at some quick looks that had combinations of 10. Here's a combination of 10 right here. 3 plus 7 equals 10. We noticed that we could move these 3 over to fill that 10 frame. It also could be 7 plus 3 because of the turnaround rule, or the commutative property of addition. So 7 plus 3 also equals 10. So in your blue binder, you have a 10 frame, and on the back side, you have a double 10 frame. I'm just going to use the 10 frame because I just want to show you how you can use a 10 frame to practice your combinations of 10. Why do we need to know combinations of 10? Because the more facts you know, the easier math will be. If you're doing a hard math problem, you could think of some fact that you know, which could be a combination of 10, and that would help you solve the harder math fact. So here's how we do combinations of 10. So we have 10 on a 10 frame. That's why we call it a 10 frame. So I'm going to put some tokens down. Oops. And because there's 10 of them, we know that 1 plus 9 is 10, right? 1 red plus 9 yellow equals 10 tokens. All right, let's try another one. What about here's another one. 5 red plus 5 yellow equals 10. Again, another combination of 10. Two numbers that equal 10. Let's try another one. Now we've got 8 plus 2 equals 10. 8 yellows plus 2 reds equals 10. What about this one? I hope you're thinking 10 plus 0 equals 10. Yeah, that's the identitive property, right? Of addition. We just learned that one a couple lessons ago. So we've got 10 yellow and 0 red. So 10 plus 0 is 10. Nice work. So again, practicing your combinations of 10 is the same as practicing your doubles. If you know those facts in a snap, it becomes easier. Math becomes easier. Your solving problems becomes easier. So I would like to talk about a helper fact. Now, a helper fact is any fact that can help you with a harder fact, kind of like what I just talked about. But let's take, if I knew what 5 plus 5 is, so let me get my whiteboard out so I can write this down. Okay, so let's start with, I want to solve 4 plus 6, okay? Now you might be thinking, oh, that's so easy. Well, it might be, but let's talk about helper facts that we can use to solve this problem. So again, helper facts are facts that you know that can help you solve. So if I know 5 plus 5, 5 plus 5 equals 10, then that might help me solve 4 plus 6. Because if you think about it, 6 is 1 more than 5. 4 is 1 less than 5. If I was to take 1 away from the 6 and give it to the 4, that would turn this into a 5, and it would turn the 6 into a 5. So that would be the same as 5 plus 5. So 6 plus 4, or 4 plus 6, equals 10. See how that worked? Let's try another one. What if I know another double? Here's another double I know. I know 7 plus 7 equals 14. That's a fact I know. Here's a tricky fact. 7 plus 8. Now, I can use 7 plus 7 to figure out what 7 plus 8 is. If I was to take 1 away from this 8, it would be a 7. So 7 plus 7 is, just answered it, 14. Now I'm going to give this back with a 1, and it's going to be 1 more than 14. What's that answer? 15. You got it. So that's called helper fact. Helper facts are not always easy. Sometimes it's more confusing. So if helper fact is not a strategy you like to use, you don't have to use it. But it is something you should try, and you should realize that if you know a fact, it helps you know other facts, or it helps you figure out other facts that might be tricky. Okay? So that's all I'm going to do for that. So now we have page 60 and 61 in our workbooks that we need to complete today and post to Seesaw. So I'm going to read through them, because math is about the math facts and not about the reading necessarily. So I'm going to read through this for you, and I want you to put your answers on it, submit it to Seesaw. I'm going to read through quickly. If you need to pause it, please pause the video and then catch up with me as you go along. I don't want to make the video so long, so I'm going to do it kind of quickly. Here we go. Number 1. So measuring with erasers. Number 1, circle the better measurement. So who measured better, this one or this one? You're going to circle which one is a better measurement. How long is the chalk? About blank erasers. So look at the one that measured correctly. Tell me how many erasers it took. Nisa used erasers to measure some things. Okay? Nisa used erasers to measure some things. So how long are the scissors? So looking at this measurement, tell me how long the scissors are. About blank erasers. Looking at this necklace, tell me about how many erasers it is. So you got to count those erasers and put them in the spaces. Okay, perfect. So that's 60. Hop over to math boxes. That's 61. So I'm again going to read pretty quickly. 1 plus 1, put the answer here. 2 plus 2, put the answer here. These are some doubles. You should know them in a snap. Blank take away 3 equals 3. So what take away 3 equals 3? So when you're taking away, this number needs to be bigger than these two numbers. Okay, because you're taking them away. You could also do it the way I've taught you, go backwards. If you have a subtraction problem, you can go this way, add these two together, and that gives you that number. 8 minus what equals 4? So again, you could, draw 8 things, take away some of them till you have 4 left. You could do 4 plus what equals 8 if you're better at addition than subtraction. Any strategy that you know you can use. Okay. Number 2, draw and solve. The garden has 4 ladybugs and 10 ants. How many insects are there in all? So put the number of insects here, but remember it says draw. So you're drawing 4 ladybugs and 10 ants on this space right here. Then you're going to tell me how many insects. Number 3, how many pennies wide is this page? So in your math toolkit, you have pennies. It says wide. It doesn't say tall. It says how wide is your math page. So get out your pennies and measure your math page. Remember how we measure, starting at the end, the very edge of the book, and then going close together to the other side. Okay, it has to be touching, not overlapping, and no gaps. All right, writing, reasoning, solve. Nada has 5 stars. Kathy has 8 stars. How many more stars does Kathy have than Nada? Or Nadia, or whatever. 5 plus blank equals 8. So 1 has 5. Kathy has 8. He wants to know how many more stars does Kathy have? So what are you going to do? 5 plus what equals 8? How could you count up to find the difference? So this is telling you, this is you counting up because you're counting up to 8. So how can you do that? Tell me down here, how can you count up to find the difference? So you're pretty much doing it there, just telling me what you're doing. All right, and that's all I have for you. So have a great day. Don't forget to post this though, 60, 61, and don't forget to do your math message. All right, take care.